Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Billy Keels with Keep On Cash Flow. I am back again. I'm keeping the summer promise true, and one of the things I said I was going to be doing is bringing more of the bringing you more content. And so one of the things that I wanted to bring to you while I am here on vacation in a very cool, hip cafe in the Pyrenees, I just wanted to talk to you, share with you one of the things that keeps coming up over and over, for especially people that are getting started in real estate and are, talking to me about their experiences and their returns. And one of the biggest things that people talk to me about is that they compare their returns based on the rents that they receive. And in reality, the rent that you receive is not actually the money that ends in your pocket. So, and it's just like, if you think about when you go to job, for those of you who had a job or currently working in a job, you may make 100,000 or 200,000 a year, but you don't actually bring home 200,000. You bring home 60% of that. Or if you live in Europe, you may bring 50% or even less than 50% of that home. So it's the same concept, but I just want to show you what this should look like in real estate. And it's also one of the key exercises that we go through at Keep On when we're looking at, the returns on an individual unit, or when we're looking at multifamilies, we do the same kind of thing, but on a more of a macro level. But let me just share this with you because I think it will help you as you are continuing to invest continuing to develop in your investing career. So as I mentioned before, one of the first things that people talk about is you talk about the rent. So that actually equates to the income. Let's call that the rent. So when the rent comes in, let's say that, keep the example simple, and say that there's $1,000 a month that comes in, and that would be awesome if you didn't have to pay for utilities or taxes or maintenance, repair. If you're someone like Keep On, you want to, have a team member that's their specialty. So, and when you look at all those different expenses or operating expenses, the reality starts to stick in, right? There are a number of let's call them operating expenses. And as a rule of thumb, we like to say that it's 50% of what the rents are when we're evaluating properties. So, and then what that does is it brings you to a point where it's something that's called the NOI, or the net operating income. For those of you who come from a corporate background like me, you've been used to hearing EBITDA, or earnings before interest and taxes, as well as depreciation and amortization. So, but what that does is it brings you to $500 a month. And if you're fortunate enough to pay for the property in cash or from raising capital, but you use that, then that $500 a month would be yours. But in reality, a lot of times you are using a mortgage, which also has a fancy term called debt service. And that debt service is, we like to use as a general rule of thumb, 50% of the NOI. So that actually leaves you with $250 per month that you're paying in debt service, which then actually gets you to your net income. And when you start looking at the net income, well, that's the money that that's the return that's starting to be created. That's the money that you actually are able to put in your pocket, and that is the money that you should be thinking of. So, when you are, this is a very simple way that we like to go through at Keep On to understand, really what is the net cash flow or the net income that a particular door. We like to look at it across multifamilies, of course, but it's the same simple exercise that I want to share with you. It's one of the things I wish someone had shared with me in the beginning, but it's just a way to help you understand. So you get the rent or the income minus your expenses. It gives you your NOI. And then from there, you want to deduct any type of debt service, mortgage, any fees that you have for borrowing money. And then that gives you what you have left at the end of the month. So like I said, going to use this new format. We're going to get out and continue to share more with you. Hope that you enjoy this. And that's our goal. That's my goal, is to give you more value. And in order to do that, I need your feedback. So could you do me a favor? Just take a couple seconds. Let me know what you thought of this video. Let me know what other types of videos you'd like me to put out there so I can help you to get closer to your goals. But in the meanwhile, I'm going to continue. I'm gonna finish my nice little orange juice here in this funky cafe, and that's it. So it's Billy Keels. We'll keep on cash flow. As always, that's my 2 cents for today, and hasta la próxima.